Hi, I'm Alex Wilcox. I live in Michigan. It's my first year as a full sales student. I would have to say, overall, I've enjoyed my experience so far, and definitely things I wish I had done a little bit better, and will continue to do better as time goes on. But in the meantime, we are going to get to what I've learned. This TEM class has really made me look more into the gaming industry rather than just design and play, really. Which I knew that wasn't all of it, but I thought it was quite a bit to it. But I would have to say I learned there was quite a few things that were not what I expected. Like, I knew gaming took up a lot of the economic income for a lot of things, but I didn't realize how much. On average, gaming supports the total economic impact with around $260 billion in just business sales, allowing for 1.8 million jobs to be out there for people. Where that 1.8 million jobs allows for a labor income of around $74 billion. Wow! I didn't think it was going to be that much. Like, I knew it was going to be like up there, but I didn't think it'd be in the billions. I guess I didn't realize how much of a economic impact gaming actually gave us. But honestly, I should have figured that it should have been around that much. Considering you have games, you have books, you have movies, you have collectibles that even myself, I love to collect. I don't know if you see in the corner there. That's all collectibles from my personal favorite game, the first game I actually ever played, Halo. You know, I got a whole shelf of this stuff. You know, most people see them as toys or just stuff to sit on the shelf. But me, it reminds me of, stuff that helps. Makes me feel more normal, I guess. So I want to be able to help other people do the same thing, not feel so out of place like I did. Until, well, I found gaming, honestly. And then I've met some of the greatest people I've ever met through gaming. Some of them, not as great, but hey. But, sorry, I'm getting off track here. I also learned that my future career is spread through so much past just public interactions of people meeting up with each other in gaming. Even mobile games, you can play on your phone. Yeah, there's a lot to there, but there's even more than what I realized. Like, there are hospitals and other kinds of jobs out there that use gaming for their everyday trainings and services that they provide. I'm going to use the hospital avenue because I was in medical for a little bit. Mostly a lot of home care and going through PT trainings with my clients. But I learned that there are hospitals out there that are using virtual reality for physical therapy and rehabilitation, and even training their workers. That's crazy to think about. I learned that they use for the training for their workers, so that way if they make a mistake, they're not hurting anybody. Yes, does it change a lot when it becomes a real person that they're cutting into? Heck yes. But it helps them to visualize what they're doing. That way they're not getting there for the first time and freaking out like, oh my god, I can't find it. There's ways that they can already visualize it in their head. And then with the physical training aspect, I learned that they use it because a lot of people who do physical training for rehabilitation, they get bored of it, or they see you're not doing anything. You're lifting a few weights, that gets a little annoying, or tiresome. Well, using virtual reality, you could be going from lifting weights to moving boxes in a factory like you could be doing at your normal job. Or you could be, I don't know, making giant towers, and you gotta pretend to pull ropes that are used to lift the material or something. I didn't want to go into too much of it as there was a lot there, but there's ways to keep people not entertained, but active in. That way they don't lose heart and just waste away like a lot of people do. I'm going to use what I learned in this class and my following ones and everything else I continue to learn to show that gaming can help more than it hurts. Yes, there are points where it can hurt, where you have those people who they forget about life and they just game. I've met a few of those people. I don't ever want to be those people. But it's easy to become that person because you get lost. But I want to show that gaming can help and that there is no reason for the stigma of it just being for lazy and unproductive members of society. Because it's not. And honestly, if people were to open their eyes and look around, they would see that there is so much gaming can do. Perfect example, drone flyers. You kind of need to use a joystick for that. They have learned that most of your newer drone operators that have had gaming experience tend to have better training aptitudes in their test flights and their operations. Gaming can help, but only if we all look at it and say, hey, this can help us. Now, I would also like to stress for the next class to please make sure your homework schedule, your study schedule is a little more hammered out than mine. I admit I did not do this as great as I thought. That's on me. But I know continuing further on, there's actually going to be a really big calendar behind me in one of my walls that's going to have a complete breakdown of homework and what needs to be done throughout the week. But next class, you guys can do it. You can do better than me. And I'll admit that, I didn't do as good. But there's always the next day where you can do that much better. Thanks for letting me give my report about Tim.